My name is Paula Doyle. I'm now 52. I have a partner, Derek, and I'm the mum of 5 gorgeous kids. It was the 6th of September 2019 when I was coming home from a local house party. Very local, in fact, within 5 minutes from my home. And I was taking a route that I would normally take for the past 17 years. But unfortunately that night I was attacked and raped. Some of that weekend is actually a little bit of a blur. I couldn't be around people that weekend. I felt contaminated. I felt dirty. I felt torn. I was broken. I was hurting, but it was more my mind. Part of it was disbelief. Did this actually happen? But my physical injuries, I knew it happened. I was scared. Petrified probably is more of a word than, because this was a local man and this man knew where I lived, so I was afraid this person was going to come back and finish me off or do more harm. So I hid myself away from my partner and my children for the weekend and stayed in bed and huddled under the covers at the back of the house so nobody could see me and nobody could get to me. I don't hide in my room. You know, I'm a busy mum. I don't keep away from my partner. But I slept on the end of the bed that night and for the weekend because I didn't want to contaminate him. I couldn't hug and kiss my children because I didn't want to contaminate their innocent bodies. So everybody knew there was something wrong, but were giving me my space. And looking back now, they say, well, they didn't know how to tackle it because they've never seen me like that before. I kept it for the weekend because I thought I could put it in a box and bury it. And I think there's always, as a victim, there's always, will I be believed? You know, and your body's in shock, your mind is in shock. And you're trying to run through events that has happened. You know, will I be blamed? Should I have walked a different way home? Etc. I just thought it would be safer to bury it and put it away because I knew there would be so many people that would be hurt from this. On the Monday, I was still sore. I was still bleeding. I was worried about myself. But I began to believe I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to conceal this and hide this. But also, why should I? I have nothing to be ashamed of. You know, this was done to me. So I left my house and I went to see my best friend. And I fell in her door that evening. And straight away, she knew there was something wrong. And she brought me up to her bedroom. And that's where I just broke down and told her that I'd been raped. She would normally be with me at the house party. She wasn't there that night. They sat with me for the night. And they just talked and listened and they were wonderful. And I can never thank my friend Orla and her husband Ferg enough because he then put Blanchardstown Garda station's number in my phone along with the sexual assault treatment unit. And they wanted me to ring that night, but I couldn't do it. But they said it's there for when you need it. Two of my lifesavers on my journey so far. So on the Tuesday morning, I just started to feel really bad. And I started to feel, this is going to kill me. This could kill me. I left the house. I just took my phone and went walking. And for 2.5 hours, I still can't tell you where I walked or what I did. I got to a park up near Blanchardstown. And I sat and I looked through pictures on my phone. And that was difficult because I didn't think I was going home that day. And then while looking through my phone, I remembered the night before, and I remembered that Orla and Ferg had put a couple of numbers into my phone. So I said I would try, give a little ditch attempt to save my life, and I said I would ring Satu. I got the number up and looked at the number, closed my phone again. That happened a few times. So eventually, when the lady answered, she introduced herself, and she very softly spoken, and she said, "In your own time, my name is Christine." I just began to talk to her, and it just all came out. She could hear in my voice that I wasn't in a good place. So she made an appointment for me for 4:30 that day. But with that, I just hung up the phone, really frightened. She rang me back, and she said, "You're within a few minutes from the guard station. I'm not asking you to go in and report it, there's no pressure. Just go down and make yourself safe, and just tell them that you need to be safe and that you have an appointment with Satu for 4:30. You don't need to do anything else." So Derek came down to the guard station. That was his first time hearing what had happened. Yeah. The two Garda brought me in an unmarked car into Satu. So I was brought down to the waiting room where I met a lovely volunteer from the DRCC, and she set me there and she explained what was going to happen. And did I need anything? Did I need a glass of water, or did I want anybody there with me? And she was lovely. She was just there to comfort me and just be there until we went next door. I remember being brought into the next room then, and I was met with the forensic doctor and I was met with the forensic nurse. They sat with me for a few minutes and they explained what would be happening very slowly. They also explained that I can stop at any time that I wanted to. And they explained that they would be telling me what they were doing before they did it, and they would be asking my consent. So I was brought in then to the next room, and I had to strip down. But I was done that in a little cubicle, and I was given like a gown, an apron gown, to wear. When I was ready, I had to come out to be examined. It's not a nice exam, but I knew if they needed DNA, they would have to do it. And to be honest with you, 3 nights ago, something a lot worse had happened to me. So then after DNA has been taken and photographs have been done, you're allowed to go in for a shower and wash all of him away. And I remember being in the shower and just kind of everything opening up then, because I kind of realised what I had done as well, which was huge, but I felt so relieved that I had done it, so kind of a wave of relief more so came over me then. During my time with Satu, there was never a pressure. Although I came in with the guards, there was never a pressure to, report my crime. But after going through that, I had decided that I wanted to report the crime. And the DRCC, with Satu, were another lifesaver. Like my counsellor Eileen has been. I can't put words. She's my guardian angel. So it took from September 2019 until February 2024 to bring the man that raped me to justice. And he got a guilty conviction that I can now say out loud and with no shame of my own that I put my rapist away.